Hello YouTube, this is Patrick here, and I decided that I should make another video on my Bolens. Well anyways, as you probably may have noticed from the previous Bolens video, this is probably a higher quality video. I just got a new phone. It's a HTC One M8. My old phone was a Nokia Lumia 520, and I had the phone for actually not even like half a year. But we switched carriers, and that was an AT&T locked phone, so I just got a free upgraded phone, and I didn't have to ask for it. Anyways, here's the Bolens 1250. You all know its glory here. Anyways, I think I should discuss what my future plans are to do with this and what its fate will be. But what I intend to do is I do intend to actually fix my mower deck and still cut grass with it, and I believe I will be buying some new tires for this soon because this one looks to be shot and these rear tires are not too far behind as they are quite dry rotted. Wow. That doesn't really, oh, there it goes. So you can see they certainly have seen better days. And I do have a light to put on the back here too, and I might do something about those cracks, but I don't know. Not too concerned about that. And the engine still runs great. Hydro still works well. I forgot to put the lower pin in on the steering shaft, which means this fun happens. Which that's all fun when, wait for this to adjust. That's all fun, because when the steering shaft comes out, you kick it over like that and it hits the universal joint. Still getting used to the new phone too, so don't expect perfection in videos. Plus, I'm generally speaking not very good at taking them, but more videos I take in theory, the better they get. And I should probably do something to anchor the battery in place, because I just keep sliding it over every time I use it. Also, I need to get a stub shaft for the engine of some kind. Probably a modified, what they call crank nut, which is for the crankshaft engines. I'm also going to have to unbolt the front end here, drill new holes, slide it forward, because there's just two bolts here. You can slide the whole front end forward, lengthen the rod a bit, and that should work fine. Also, currently I do not have the brakes hooked up, and I was actually blessed to get a rubber pedal to cover that. No idea if that's original or not. I bought it it was just in a box full of a bunch of random Bolens large frame parts, and that was in there, and I was happy about that because mine was missing it. Also, you can see the muffler gets quite hot on here, considering it's covered in, that would appear to be rust. Or maybe it's burnt brown paint, but yeah, that looks like rust. Even though the paint color is pretty damn close to that, but it gets quite toasty as you can see, but I need to replace this key switch, but I have a spare, because I can wiggle the wire, and then it shuts off and works fine. So I'm not sure what happened to its key switch, but that's just life for you. I also need to hook up to hydraulics, and as you can see by that hole there and how I had to hack through it and how close it is to the universal joint, I'm going to have to relocate the hydraulic cylinder probably a bit. Actually, no, that won't work. I don't know, I'm going to have to look back here and find some space on one of the two sides. But I do have a deck for it. I'll probably end up making a video about it sometime. It's just the standard 48-inch large frame deck. It's painted green, of course, because it is the original deck for the machine. And, well, I guess that's that. It does still run, but I don't have keys on me at the moment. So I guess I could go get some, but yeah, why the hell not? Shortcut through the garage here. Hopefully the video didn't turn out too crappy, because I know it is windy. And yeah, I just put a shovel in here, and look what I managed to do. I set the flathead shovel there, and yeah, just knocked everything over there. Get the keys and fire her up. I now have keys. Just uses the standard riding roller key because of the ignition setup. It just uses a standard key switch because all you need to do is to ground it to kill the engine, which is just like your standard riding mower, the Magneto style ignition. They're like the Percy Stratton Magnetron, so shove the keys in her. Go ahead and turn that on. There's no voltage drawn like engines with coils. And I just have it wired up too so I can turn the headlights on whenever the hell I want. Don't need a key for it. That's both good and bad. Good, I don't need a key to turn the headlights on. Bad, because any random person can walk up and turn the headlights on. Even though that takes a bit of effort because the headlight switch is finicky because it's 60 years old. Yeah, my hand's right here. So it's a brand new phone I'm holding, so I have to avoid the camera too, but I'll do. Go ahead and fire right up, and it is in either park or neutral. Either way, it'll work. hopefully because it's still cold it doesn't die. I turn its fuel back off, which the shutoff valve that I'm using, I guess there's a train nearby. Anyways, the shutoff valve I'm using was off the carburetor of an 11 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine, which came out of the Toro, which my friend has a video of on his YouTube channel. That piece of shit. And he told me I have the right to basically pull the engine off it, drag it to the curb, and he would feel no hard feelings as long as I pull the valuable parts off it, including the original front wheels to my Craftsman, as I call it, because in that video it looks to be in good shape, but I'm basically parting the thing out now because even though the paint was good, that was just about the only thing that was in good shape on it, other than like the deck. The deck and the paint was good. The engine was worn out and smoking and, generally speaking, shot, although it did run. It sounded okay, but it was tired. The whole rest of the tractor was, because it was used on a large yard and it was just too small for what they were doing and it wore out. But it still has the original sticker on the hood for like the sale price, which is kind of cool, but this beast still lives. And here's all the other Cub Cadets we have. It's pretty obvious what brands we like, as you can see right here. The Cub Cadet 129, Cub Cadet 127, which we got with the 129, and the Cub Cadet 1100, which you can't see the lettering on this side. Kind of threw some paint over the decals to make it look a bit nicer, and it still has that 8-horse coal, and it still runs nice. I mean, I don't have a muffler box for it or anything, but as long as the hood's closed and it looks nice, I'm not really that upset. I'm just going to pull the key out of this. I have little kids as neighbors. Well, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.